Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Stilkey, and my channel is all about sharing ideas for becoming more productive and successful. In this video, I'm going to talk about my recent experience with Dry January. This is a popular health and wellness challenge that was started by an organization in the UK in 2013, and that has exploded in popularity in recent years. I had, of course, heard about Dry January before, and have actually attempted this challenge for the past 2 or 3 years, but this year, in 2023, I actually completed Dry January for the very first time. Yay! So what I'd like to do today is share a little bit about why I decided to take on this challenge and some of the struggles and benefits I've experienced over the last month. First off, why did I decide to take part in Dry January? I've always considered myself to be a pretty moderate drinker, and I've never had a serious problem with drinking before. Before the challenge, I would probably enjoy a few glasses of wine a couple nights per week. I often relaxed at the end of the day with a drink, and drinking would be part of my social activities with friends and family. Like many people, I occasionally enjoyed a few too many glasses of wine and woke up feeling a bit sick the next day. According to the Alcohol Change UK, the organization that started Dry January, I was the perfect candidate for this challenge because it would give me an opportunity to reflect on my relationship with alcohol and reset my body and mind over the course of 1 month. I'll be super honest, Dry January was really difficult during the first few days. I let my boyfriend and close friends know about a week in advance that I was going to be committing to 1 month sober, and they were all really supportive of me. It was definitely tempting to hang out at bars or when people around me were drinking, especially on the weekends. But I found that with each passing day, I felt less temptation, and instead felt motivated and a sense of momentum that I was getting closer to reaching my goal. After about a week, I noticed that I was missing drinking much less, and started noticing the positive side effects as they became more noticeable. Starting with the physical benefits, the most noticeable benefit I experienced was a huge increase in the quality of my sleep. I have always been pretty good at maintaining a consistent sleep schedule and getting about 8 hours per night. But once I stopped drinking, the quality of that sleep got significantly better. I started waking up earlier than before, but feeling way more rejuvenated and ready for the day. One other physical benefit that I expected to see but didn't was weight loss. I knew that I was consuming fewer calories every week by cutting out drinking, but found that my appetite actually increased when I stopped drinking for the first few weeks. I ended up snacking more than usual to make up for the unexpected calorie deficit. During the second half of the month, it evened out though, as my body found a new equilibrium, but that was definitely unexpected. Another area of my life that I was excited to improve upon with Dry January was my finances. This one was easy to quantify. I went through my credit card statements and added up how much money I was spending each month on alcohol. I was extremely surprised and embarrassed to find that I was spending about $300 to $400 every month on alcohol. I live in a pretty high cost of living area, so it isn't unusual to pay $15 for one cocktail or glass of wine, but I was still surprised to see how much it added up. That money could have been spent on so many other things, but it was disappearing each month without me even noticing. As a gift to myself, I decided to set aside the $400 I didn't spend on drinking in Dry January, and I put it toward the cost of my upcoming vacation to Eastern Europe. And if you look around me, as you can see, I'm actually here in Bucharest, Romania right now, using the money that I saved from Dry January to go on vacation. Let's take a look now at the social benefits of my Dry January experience. As I mentioned earlier, I was worried at first about how this would affect my social life, and about being tempted by alcohol during group events. As the days and weeks went on, though, I realized that often alcohol is present as kind of a default during many group activities. Dry January actually gave me the opportunity to plan events with my friends and loved ones that avoided alcohol, and we ended up trying a few fun new activities. On one Saturday evening, for example, my friends and I had a pizza party where we made our own pizza dough from scratch, decorated our own pizzas, and enjoyed our own creations for dinner. I also attended a French cooking class with my partner and spent a lovely day at the zoo. It was cool to explore new activities and get creative with different alcohol-free options. The last benefit that I wanted to touch on is the mental aspect of Dry January. Having successfully completed this challenge for the first time ever, I feel extremely accomplished and proud of myself for seeing it through. The experience has taught me that I really am in control of my own relationship with alcohol, and not the other way around. I noticed as the weeks went by that I was more able to cope with stress in my life. Obviously, stress still happens, but it was interesting to explore other ways of dealing with it, whereas before, I would just pour a glass of wine at the end of a stressful day. Finally, at the end of dry January, it was time to ask myself where I wanted to go from here. I feel like I gave myself a gift of 31 days without alcohol, and I'm now able to decide how I want to handle my relationship with alcohol moving forward. I've decided that I'm not going to try to be completely sober, but I do plan on remaining more mindful with my drinking. Instead of drinking alcohol 3 to 4 nights a week, maybe I plan it for 1 to 2 nights a week. I also really appreciated how much money I saved during the month and how well I slept, so I will probably choose to maintain these benefits as much as possible. I'm curious to hear from any of you who have attempted or completed dry January. What was your experience like? Let me know in the comments because I'm curious to hear about other people's individual experiences. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.